It's time to crack open a cold one because this is A Little Punch Drunk, and I'm, of course, the man with the mouth, Rambo, and I'm coming to you this time with a bit of an oldie, but a goodie. One of the more popular segments from the old A Little Punch Drunk podcast, news stories so fucked up it could have only come from one place. That's right, it must have been in Florida. And today we're going to start off with Bradley Hubbard. Now, Bradley Hubbard is an interesting case. His own family called the police on him. Now, it did take 3 years for them to decide that it was a bit too much. They got a phone call that baby girl was being taken to his bedroom and fucked. Now, it may sound a little off that baby girl is getting fucked so routinely. It gets worse when you realize it's their pit bull. This jackass is going around fucking his pit bull. Now, I don't know how hard up you gotta be for sex. I personally have never gotten that far down the rabbit hole that I needed to fuck an actual dog. But I mean, come the fuck on, guys. And I'm more disappointed about the family, because it took you 3 years to be so disgusted with your family member after hundreds of sexual assaults on the family dog baby girl. You guys might need to be prosecuted as well. Here's the thing that I find funny. He's only being arrested for animal abuse. Because here in the great state of Florida, bestiality isn't illegal. They won't even vote on it. They won't even put it on the docket. And I quote them by saying, "It's not even worth our time to vote on such a ridiculous law." Well, that guy is part of the reason that you vote on that law. Animal abuse is one thing, but fucking a dog for 3 years? Again, I go back to, holy shit, how hard. There are hookers. There are people you don't want to fuck. But they gotta come with less hair than a pit bull. Yeah, the pit bull might not object as vocally, but come on, dude. What's the whole topic of the last few videos? Have a little fucking respect for yourself, please. Jesus Christ. And next up, as we climb the intellectual ladder, is Jeffrey Dove. Jeffrey Dove is a special subject. His neighbor, who is in the hospital for 5 days, comes home to find many things missing. Computers, just the normal shit people would steal. And a pair of snake head bracelets. Now, Mr. Dove says that, "Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make this guy feel better." So he went out and he found a pair of snake head bracelets and gave them to the neighbor. "Oh, I found them. I bought them locally. Life's good. You had said that you lost them, so, me to you. Here's a gift." That's when things got a little suspicious, because they weren't, similar. They were the same fucking bracelets. Then the police go back and realize there was a 911 call while you were in the hospital. And it was your neighbor saying that your home was unsecured. So it turns out that Mr. Dove, the genius that he was, tried to cover up his tracks because he'd been breaking into his neighbor's house every day and taking one or two things. To cover his tracks, he calls 911 and talks about, suspicious behavior and how the house is unsecured and people could just kind of walk in, never thinking that it could always be traced back to you. And this is where I love criminals nowadays. They're Snapchatting their crimes, they're Facebooking their crimes, Facebook Live, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's fucking everywhere. And you don't have to call 911 on yourself. But sometimes they do. And that's why, once again, it must have been in Florida, because something about the sun just bakes the brains out of these people, and they do such stupid shit. And of course, that's why they get caught. And you take one look at this guy and you realize, oh, that's a fucking idiot. I mean, just look at the goofy ass smile he's got going on right now in the mugshot. I'm sorry, you see that guy in public and you go, oh, he must have done something stupid. Maybe he's the one fucking the pit bull. Jesus Christ, guys. I mean, really, if you're gonna rob your fucking neighbor, leave no fucking trace. Don't leave a paper trail that leads directly to you. Seems kind of counterintuitive to me. I don't know. I'm no criminal mastermind. Apparently neither is he. Moving right along, we head down to the Keys, where Caterina Devlin decided she had one too many. Now, I'm not saying it was necessarily alcohol, but she had to piss. So she pulls in to a private marina. All right? Now, this is where we're talking a private place here, where you got to pay to be. You know, if you're going to have a boat there, you're going to rent a boat, what have you, you got to pay. This isn't like pulling up to the beach. But in any case, she pulls up to this private marina and demands to use the bathroom because she can hold it no longer. To where the workers at the private marina say, well, unfortunately, this is a private club, private establishment. You can't use our restrooms, but if you go right there, there are public restrooms that you can use. Thank you very much. Well, Ms. Devlin loses her goddamn shit and starts causing a fucking problem, screaming, cussing, all this shit, verbally accosting this poor person who's working at the marina. Then she has the bright idea. You know what? I know what's going to fuck them over. I know exactly how to screw this private marina over. So she marches outside into the parking lot, tears her fucking stockings off, and pisses directly in the fucking parking lot. Because why the hell not? Because somebody says, I'm sorry you can't use the private restrooms. Right there are public ones. Go have your fun. No. If I can't use your private clean ones, I added the clean part. I don't know. Could have been dirty as shit too. Public restrooms could have been dirty as shit. I don't know. But if you really got to piss that bad, just piss in the fucking public restrooms. Why are you going to berate this poor employee who's just telling you policy? And I've seen a lot of these private marinas, you know, if you don't have the fucking ID, you're not allowed in there. Why? Because they're keeping other people's property fucking safe. You don't want to let that junky looking bitch into your private marina. Do you want her going into your bathroom? I don't fucking think so. So she couldn't be bothered to go to the public fucking restrooms because goddamn, that'd be too fucking simple. Instead, let's cause a fucking riot and piss in the parking lot. Have the police called. Get your ass arrested. Welcome to Florida. Welcome to the Florida Keys, because that's what we want to be known for. Smells like piss, it's got to be some dumb bitch. I don't know what's getting into these fucking people. Maybe it's because I work third shift and I never see the damn sunlight, but the sun has got to be baking the IQ out of these fucking people, because it's happening more and more and more. You know, it's one thing when some dude was on a massive amount of drugs and eats somebody's face off. That you can explain. Some dumb bitch who can't walk 3 feet in the other direction to go and take a piss. That's where I have to draw the fucking line as far as acceptable behavior. I mean, shit, it's a fucking marina. There's beaches, there's bushes, there's something. Nope, right in the fucking parking lot. Why? Because I need to teach you girls a lesson. You don't treat a woman like that. I can only assume that's how she sounds. I don't know her. But Caterina Devlin must have been in Florida. Moving right along, we've got Brandi Harden. She's my favorite of this segment because this is someone who just doesn't fucking quit. Brandi Harden was making counterfeit $20 bills. Now, she first tried to use the counterfeit bills at a Walmart. Honestly, though, as far as being a criminal goes, if you're going to try and use a counterfeit bill, Walmart is probably your best bet, because most of those employees don't give a flying fuck about anything. I can't tell you how many times when I was living in Orlando, there was a Walmart right there in town where I'd buy $20 worth of stuff. I'd want $80 cash back or whatever it was. I forget the denomination, but it came out to the whole bill was $100. They'd give me $100 in cash. They don't give a flying fuck. So Brandi is trying to pass off these counterfeit $20 bills. The problem is they are really shitty counterfeit bills. I'm talking, they are photocopies of $20 bills. Now, they are double-sided. But it's on normal fucking printer paper. No fucks were given in the making of these counterfeit bills. So she goes into Walmart and she tries to pay for what the fuck ever with some counterfeit $20 bills. And oddly enough, in Lake County, Walmart employee goes, or that's how I assume it sounded. But they realize that, sorry, not all Walmart employees are fucking horribly retarded. They only seem it. But they realize that the bill that they were given was fucking fake. So she flees the scene. Nobody gives a shit because, we've got the piece of paper and all the merchandise she never got away with. So fuck her, let her go. She was caught, however, because she then used the same counterfeit bills to pay for a dinner at Applebee's. I know what you're going to say. Applebee's. They still exist? Apparently in some places they do. I'm not going to suggest you go and find them. It can't be that good. But by all means, if that's your style, enjoy. She was caught, however. Because you know how you go to a restaurant, they bring you the bill, you put it in the fucking little folio, and you're done. You could skip the facade by just leaving. No. She's committed. So she sticks a few of these fake-ass $20 bills in the folio and leaves it there for the server to cry herself to sleep later when she gets no tip and probably has to pay for that fucking bill herself. Tip your fucking servers, and your bartenders, and your bar backs. Tip everybody. They don't make enough money to deal with your shit. So this poor server opens it up, realizes, fuck. Monopoly money. Like, almost exactly Monopoly money. Aha. But the dumb bitch left her phone on the table. So karma comes back to bite her ass. Bite her in the ass, I should say. And she gets arrested. And doesn't she look fucking beautiful when she gets her fucking mugshot done? I mean, come on, guys. Who would ever arrest a face like that? She looks like she'd be counterfeiting bills or making meth. You take your pick. I'm not here to judge. I'll let you do it for me. Next, we're going to head to Marion County here in Florida. Once again, it must have been in Florida. I got a cheat sheet because I can't remember that. But what I do remember is there's a Marion County woman running around. Let me step back a minute. There were multiple calls about homes being broken into, shit being missing, and a stolen Kia. So, police inevitably track down this woman, that woman, and they find her in disarray. She's searching around for something, and they're trying to figure out what it is, and it turns out she's looking for her shoes. She's out in the middle of fuck nowhere, barefoot, out in the brush. And that's where they find, again, I couldn't keep this name on, Lindsey Jean Stanley McShane. I'll let it sink in. Lindsey Jean Stanley McShane was found near a stolen car searching for her shoes. It gets even better when you realize that she was also toothless. Lindsey Jean Stanley McShane, toothless woman. Now we're getting somewhere. Police finally catch up with her. The Kia that she had apparently, allegedly, stolen, out of gas. She ran out of gas. So she exits the vehicle and starts looking for her fucking shoes. Now, she might have gotten away with it. Just stumbled upon it, this, that, and the next. If in the fact that her shoes were not in the car, and her teeth were in the car. Now, I don't know about you, but once again, if you're going to commit a crime, you want to get all the evidence out of there. You don't leave your fucking dentures in a stolen vehicle. I mean, come on, that's Grand Theft Auto 101. Don't leave your teeth behind. Fuck me. What is going on in this world? So she stole a car, broke into a bunch of houses, didn't take anything other than the car, and gets caught because the car runs out of gas, so she leaves the car without her shoes, can't find her shoes or her teeth. I gotta say, we gotta give a little credit to drugs at this point, because I can't imagine any other way you'd leave your fucking teeth behind. Right? Alright. Yes, it is the adventures of Naked Man. And this time, we've got an interesting one for you. Naked Man steals car at Swedish hospital in Washington. Now, he doesn't just steal a car, but he steals a car, tries to ram through the exit ramp, and he can't get through. So he backs up and starts fucking flying around this parking garage for the hospital, damaging cars left and right until cops arrive. So when the police arrive, he gets out of the stolen vehicle with a hammer, bashes the window out in another vehicle, hops inside, and spray paints the remaining windows in hopes to evade police. Now, it's not the end of the story, but where the fuck did he have the spray paint? He's naked. Did he just happen to find it in the second car? And if so, why does the second car have a copious amount of spray paint in it? These are the questions that make you wonder about Naked Man. Because does he have magical powers? Can he just... Here's a hammer. Here's some spray paint. Where'd he get the fucking hammer? Was it in the first car? How did he get into the first car? Doesn't say. All it says is he was in the first vehicle, damaged multiple other vehicles as he crashed into them as he sped around the garage, after crashing into the exit gate to no avail, to then smash the window out of another car and spray paint the inside of the windows. Doesn't say what color. Can you imagine if it was like bright fucking pink or something? Like, how are you gonna fucking hide? We're gonna notice, oh, these windows are pink. Gotta hope it's black, but even then, you smashed out a fucking window, dude. So then, he climbs back out of the car in which he spray painted the inside of the windows. Can you imagine being the dude who gets back to his car the next morning and goes, the fuck happened here? I'm missing a window, the rest are... Is my spray paint? What the fuck? So he gets out of that car, gets back into the other car, and tries again to speed around through the cops into the gate, but he fails because they lay a spike strip down, blows out the tires, and Naked Man again is apprehended. Naked Man, you need to work on your people skills, I think. But that's not all. Naked Man as well appeared in Acadia Park, wandering around naked near Charles David Winch Jr. Elementary School. That's it. School was essentially closed due to Naked Man wandering around. Why? I mean, I get it. Sometimes you gotta let your shit breathe. Sometimes You just gotta let your freak flag fly. Sometimes your shit just wants to bounce around on its own. But why do it near an elementary school in Dade County? Sometimes you can't explain Naked Man. Other times he has a purpose. But this time it just seemed like he was bored. And of course, Miami-Dade police apprehended him and held him in custody for a time. But you never know when Naked Man will return. And for those of you who don't know the origins of either one of these segments that you heard today, either It Must Have Been in Florida or The Adventures of Naked Man, there's one story that created them both. This is 4-5 years ago now. There was one news story that just birthed both of these segments, and they were very popular segments when we did the podcast. It was weekly. I mean, every week we had a Naked Man and we had a dumb fucking Florida story. But it all stems back to one news story. I've committed this to memory at this point. I've told this story so many fucking times. I love this story. It's everything you want in news. Naked Man leaps off of roof of house, tackling owner. Then stands up and runs inside of the house. He tries to steal their flat screen television, but instead drops it, breaking it on the floor. In his anger, he kicks over a nearby wet vac and goes storming down the hallway. As he reaches one of the doorways, he turns and dives inside. Because, the way I see it, he went, "I smell a boy." And he dives into this boy's room, in which he starts going through the child's clothing, smelling it, and masturbating feverishly. The news story actually said, masturbated feverishly. This is about the point where the owner, the man, the father, stands up and goes, "Did a naked man fucking just tackle me?" He gets up, he goes inside the house to go grab his guns in his son's room where they're kept. There is where he finds the naked man masturbating feverishly. He grabs a gun, knocks the guy down, and holds him at bay until the police arrive. The police arrive and start escorting the man out, but he struggles. Of course he does. So they end up tasing him. Well, when he hits the ground after he was tased in front of the television and the wet vac that he initially broke and knocked over, he starts sucking the dirty water out of the carpet that had leaked out of the wet vac and vomits everywhere. The police again grab him, pull him up, get him outside, have to tase him again, get him into the squad car. It's at that point where the police officer goes, "What is that smell?" That's the moment where they realized, amidst all of that, the naked man took a shit directly next to the front door and right outside the son's bedroom. That was the birth of both It Must Have Been in Florida and The Adventures of Naked Man. So, if you like what you heard, tell your friends. If you hated it, tell your enemies, because it's the same goddamn thing to me. But please, if you did like what you heard today, like, comment, subscribe, and share. You're going to see a subscribe button here. You're going to see another video over here of something else that I've done. But let's get this out there. Let's tell everyone we know. And again, if you fucking hated it, just tell the people you hate. If you're a Trump supporter, share it with liberals. If you're a liberal, share it with Trump supporters, because somebody's going to either fucking love or hate it. I mean, come on. We're going to have some fun. But just let's get it out there, because the more people that subscribe, the more people that hang out, the more people I see, the more videos I'm going to put out. So, for It Must Have Been in Florida, and The Adventures of Naked Man, and of course, ALittlePunchDrunk. Rock on.